Hey everyone, people who are paying close attention to the channel may have noticed these new members first and members only buttons showing up on my video page, which isn't visible to everyone because many people largely just kind of watch whatever the algorithm serves up to them as opposed to manual browsing. But this has been kind of sort of clogging things up, but I want to explain what's going on here and why it's good for people and helpful for them, and also why it can be annoying to other people and just generally what's going on here. For those that don't know, I have a Patreon, and on this Patreon, I post videos for my supporters. The biggest thing lately has been that I post early access videos. By the way, if you're on my Patreon, just PSA, there's a collections tab right here. Click that button. It's so good for browsing my Patreon. But in here, you can see I have a bunch of posts that are like, hey, watch these games early. In some cases, like Back to the Dawn, you get to watch ahead. So Back to the Dawn is publicly in episode 11, but Patreons have access to episode 24 already. And then over here, the game about digging a hole, Yakuza Like a Dragon. There's games in here that I haven't even started airing yet, and in many cases, the entire playthrough is already up. So it's a combination of being able to watch stuff early, like the rest of Golden Idol, the rest of Back to the Dawn so far, Nia, and so on, and then games that I haven't aired at all yet, like Lookouts. There's also these Q&As, where I, once a month, supporters can ask me questions, and then I make a video of me just rambling on in response to those questions for hours in many cases. And so I'm rolling that out as being available to YouTube members because I've had this YouTube added memberships, which is essentially like being able to directly become a Patreon supporter to somebody within the YouTube ecosystem. It's not surprising why they would want to get in on that whole thing. If you want to get the nitty-gritty details, as far as I know, at least if you're an American, if you support me on Patreon, I get a higher cut of that overall pledge than I get on YouTube. I believe the rate is worse on YouTube, but there are a number of reasons why it's worth turning on YouTube. One, there's people in a lot of countries where the exchange rate or bonus charges or just weird stuff happens to the pricing on Patreon that apparently doesn't happen on YouTube in the same way. The additional thing is that some of you are already in the YouTube ecosystem with your credit card already being on this website, and you don't want to go to another website because I've been on YouTube for 15 years as a content creator, and I just know that it's generally harder to get people to jump websites for any reason, really, that might do this otherwise. So this is all meant to just be an additional option that that gives you approximate parity to the Patreon experience. I have no control over the interface, so the way it's presented is going to be all over the place. But just as a little intro, we have a $2 tier. In this one, you get access to members-only videos, which is basically the Patreon Q&A. Now, I guess now it's a supporters Q&A once a month. And then also at some point, I'll figure out special emojis and badges that work for this website. So you'll have a custom little emoji you can say during streams or stuff like that. And otherwise, you get access to people on both these tiers get put in the applicable section of the Patreon credits, which are now just the supporter credits. But the $5 tier is kind of the driving thing that people are most interested in. And that's the one that gives you access to all of these members first videos. So that's what you do if you want to be able to watch ahead and watch videos at a rate that's more approximate to the bursts in which I record and put out these videos, and be less constrained to the daily release schedule of me having to kind of throttle everything and be like, okay, here's the 3 videos that come out each day. And people, if you're frustrated waiting for a particular series to come out, you can watch it, but you can break the schedule and just watch it all right now in many cases, or at least watch ahead significantly and binge it in different intervals. It also helps the channel, obviously, because here's the thing, YouTube pays like shit. This is my overall estimated revenue for the last month, and it's just not that much to live on. And that's already including the memberships that have happened so far without me even having an announcement video. So subtract that from that, and this is even lower because that does include this. So that's the situation at the moment. Just gonna be honest with you guys. It's just I moved into a house. I'm splitting a house with Andrew right now. We're renting a place. I moved. I pay more in rent and in utilities and so on. And we're also coincidentally in a moment where not only was my channel already having a bit of a rough time, but you might have heard that YouTubers are just generally upset right now because everything's kind of a huge mess right now. They're rolling out AI tools. They're doing a bunch of things that have made it so that viewership has dropped. And it's really uncertain and scary trying to figure out what's going to happen in the future for a lot of popular channels. And a lot of us that aren't rich, those margins matter. So it's just a little scary. So it's just basic responsibility on my part to turn on this particular feature that has been here it's been here for a while and I haven't been using it. And I'm like, I should just turn on YouTube memberships and try to give it parity to how it's working on Patreon. And if you do this, if you join these tiers, especially the early access tier, you get access to a new tab, which I lost just now. There it is, all my tabs. You'll gain access to the membership tab, which is over here on the right. And you'll be able to browse the specific videos that you're gaining access to via your YouTube membership. I have no control over the interface here as far as I can tell, so it's kind of at the mercy of YouTube's suggestions, but it's handy to know how to navigate this. So this is Be First to Watch. This is just it showing you the most recent things added. This is highlighted content, which is practically random, but it's a way of getting a sampler of some of the stuff available to you, like how you can watch Liar and how you can watch Lookouts, or you can watch Ahead on Back to the Dawn. And then there's recent member-only videos, which is practically the same thing. And then recent member-only posts, which is the same thing again, but I think it includes like text posts or image posts that I add. So it's a weird interface. There's also a separate playlist that I've been posting in the posts. I've been linking this every time just that people know that it's there. There's a YouTube channel membership playlist, which is just the most recent videos in reverse in chronological order of them being added. This is obviously not ideal for watching a playthrough that has a numerical order because they're added in reverse. But that's pretty easy to navigate because what you do is you just click on one of these videos and then you go down here into the playlist. And you're reminded of the fact that I already do playlists correctly. So just take this. So use these if you're joining as a member. Use these kind of tools as a discovery tool to be aware of what you have access to. But then just go to the real playlist, and you can just watch the membership videos via the normal ass playlist that I have, which looks a bit different if we look at a game that is in progress. Nope, spoilers. This is a future video that's not out yet, but it's a bit different for. Back to the Dawn, for example, which is already airing. But you can see here, these are all public videos, and boom, membership first right here. Which is also handy for me because that advertises that I'm offering this feature to people that might potentially want to join. They'll hit the last one and be like, oh, well, if you become a member, you could watch this now. It's a little annoying to be like nickel and diming people and stuff, but I'm just like, I'm just here to make a living. Like I gotta make videos and then figure out how to make the videos viable so I can keep doing them for you. So these are just steps that are taken to make the whole thing possible. It's functionally no different than what I was already doing on Patreon. It's just more visible, which some people will like, and more people will be able to notice because it's right in their face. I'm like, oh, okay, so I could do that if I wanted to. And other people will hate it because it's in their way and they think that I'm paywalling things, which in a way I am, I guess, but it's just early access. All these videos are going to come out except for the Q&As, I guess, which are very few videos. The Q&As are once a month. So it's just for early access, but for people that want to do that, they can watch these videos right now for $5 a month, and you can help support the channel so that I can be less worried about whether or not having air conditioning during the California summer will bankrupt me or not, and stuff like that. It's just living in modern reality of world situation. I do feel for people that bookmark my page and are getting bombarded with all of these videos all the time that say members first, and they're like fucking up the presentation of this chronological feed. I can't control what happens on this page, unfortunately. Really annoyingly, when I look at my own page on mobile, I can hide these videos, but only on my own page looking at myself. And I'm like, well, that'd be a good button to have. Like those sorting options you can have on YouTube pages. But as far as the interface goes, the interface is different on mobile, and it's different on desktop, and it's different on TV. And so even when I talk about advice or concepts about how the interface is presented in each format, it changes from website to website because it's such an inconsistent, weird platform. So I don't have answers there. I just have to hope that they will come up with better tools at some point, like latest, popular, oldest, members only, What's great about these buttons up here on mobile is you can toggle them individually, so you could turn off members only to hide them with a single button press if they give that feature the way that they have done it on several other parts of the website. So hopefully that happens. But as far as the current level of spam, like these liar videos clogging things up when I posted 8 of them in a row, that will go away. Because my struggle right now is I already have a bunch of videos on Patreon, and so in order to give my members the proper parallel, the parity in service, that giving them the same videos functionally, at least the majority of them for like early access, I just have to post a lot of them in here. I keep clicking the wrong tabs. I got to catch up. So this is me doing the new post for Nia, because that's the scheduled video for today, the post for today on Patreon. So that's me doing that at the same time for members. And then on the days off between the Patreon posts, because I post Patreon videos almost every even numbered day. On odd number days, I'm posting stuff that's already on Patreon and is off schedule. And so my goal is to get this caught up. So the spam will be reduced once it's caught up with Patreon, because you'll only be getting the newest Patreon videos, whereas right now I'm trying to post this huge amount of content that I've had stored up in the past. And for people that don't join any level of membership and are confused by all this stuff, and you ask me when stuff's going to become public, the answer is, I don't know. It will, unless I die or something, I guess. It's all going to come out, because that's the whole point. I recorded it to show it to you. It's just that sometimes when I record something, it gets put in the back of the line, and sometimes I record something because I'm going to cover it right now, like Nia. Like when Nia came out and Back to the Dawn came out, I was really excited about those games, and I felt like there were games that would do really well on the channel, because Nia's a Myst type game, and Back to the Dawn is a intensive RPG like Pathologic that you guys have always liked, while also being a furry, which people has been a thing that does well on the channel lately. So like in some cases I start recording something and it comes out right now, and sometimes it goes in the back of the line. So if it's not a new release, I'm more likely to be posting whatever is the oldest thing on here. Like Golden Idol's pretty old, Liar is pretty old. And so it's kind of the order it kind of goes in, but I just have no concept of how long that'll be. It'll also ebb and flow based on whether or not I take breaks from recording to work on video essays, which I definitely need to be getting back to, because if this keeps trending down, then I definitely need to get my other channel that is much healthier and doing better to do better overall. I need to, it's been a disastrously long time since the last video. I didn't mean to. I have worked on a bunch of video essays since then. It's just, they've not worked out quite. I haven't like deleted them, but a lot of them have to be restructured and stuff like that. And we'll see. I think I'm going to experiment with making a series of shorter, maybe 10 to 20 minute video essays that I can get done more reliably, perhaps, without having to worry about the massive scale of one of these things becoming a thing that's like unfathomable. This is me rambling on and making this video too long, so it's kind of useless as an advertisement for the new feature. But video essays, when they get long, it becomes a struggle that you can't just look at it. Like when you're drawing, you can look at your drawing and be like, oh, it looks like that. Oh, I should change this bit. This is the part that looks wrong. But in order to look at your video essay script, you just have to sit there and read it for an hour in order to assess the whole thing again. It's just an incredible nightmare to try to deal with these longer videos, which I keep not meaning to write things that long, but then I keep doing it again. But we'll see if I can fix this channel. I also have a third channel, by the way, where I've been doing vloggy stuff like that sounds like this, with me just like rambling on about things. That's worth checking out if you just want to hear more from me in general. And our tabletop RPG channel is also having a new season called Shattered Grail, and we're having a great time with that. And now I've thoroughly ruined this video by filling with too many conflicting calls to action. Yeah, just subscribe to every channel and give me money. But yeah, this is all just to say sorry to anyone who is annoyed by the changes with the members only thing. I only have so much control over how this website is presented, but it is just for the best that I allow people that would give me money to give me money if they're going to do that, because that's how this whole thing works. The YouTube ads pay almost nothing compared to the support I get on Patreon, and in the case here, even the support I'm going to be getting through YouTube membership is just immediately so disproportionately impactful compared to whether or not people have ad blockers turned on or whatever. To clear up one little piece of confusion, this says members first, that says members only, but they're both Let's Plays. They're both members first. Members only just means I haven't scheduled it yet because I don't know when it's going to come out. So I don't pick that badge. That's how YouTube classifies it, and I can't control that part of the interface. These say members first because I already know when they're going to come out, and I've scheduled that date. But a playthrough like Liar, I don't know what the release window is going to be for it. So it says members only, even though it's in the members first tier, because I don't know when it's going to come out, and it just automatically classifies it based on that. YouTube's like, well, you're not scheduling it. That must mean it's not an early access video. But it is an early access video. Anyway, I'm going to get back to recording Back to the Dawn, which you should be watching if you aren't, because oh my god, I'm so interested in this game. I love this freaking game for being this, it really does tickle some of those like pathologic vibes. I'm like, oh my god, I have to make so many contradictory choices, and I'm managing all these resources, and you're moving around an environment and expanding it and learning it as you go, and there's multiple parallel campaigns, and it's all on a time limit. Oh, it's been so long since Pathologic 2 came out. That was 6 years ago. But I'm back. I gotta play the demo for Pathologic 3 prologue thing. Right, I should make it clear how to actually do this. It's the join button. See this join button next to subscribe? That's the one. I have to log in as somebody else to see it, but that's where it's hiding. That's how this whole thing works. All right.